you. Mark it up. Touchdown, Sioux Falls.
40, the 30, and he is gone to the house. Touchdown, Tallahassee.
Tipped and picked off by Colin Douglas, who's going to take it back all the way.
A pass caught, first down. What a move! D.R. Sim, get out of here! The doctor is in for the touchdown!
Week 8 of SFL action here in Alaska. Welcome to the Eye, everybody. We've got a Western Conference showdown tonight between Vancouver, the Legion, and the Alaska Storm. Alongside the Bronze Bomber, Matt Willson, my name is Eric Vinson. Glad to have you guys along. Matt, how you doing this evening, man?
Doing great. Looking forward to a great competitive game and a key playoff situation between these two teams. So.
And as we get I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, man. We've got a look at the rosters coming up here. Looks like Vancouver coming out with some alternate uniforms. Those are looking nice.
Very snazzy indeed.
Alaska coming out with the Reds. Everyone's looking good tonight. There's Big Sexy right there.
Looking especially nice.
Let's get a look at the coin toss and see how this all pans out. So Stevens called the toss. Looks like Vancouver will kick off. So go ahead and start this thing off. And we've got a good one here for you. As Matt mentioned, playoff position here. Everyone's ready to go. Matt, you ready to go?
I'm ready. Let's kick it.
There we go. From about the 10-yard line, inside the 10-yard line, Alaska will bring it upfield following some blockers. Vancouver able to bottle them up at about the 30-yard line. And that is where Alaska will take over, led by quarterback Ron Cochran, number 3. And alongside Cochran, we've got Ash Odom in the backfield, number 24. Robert Merrill, Optimus Klein, the former tight end, moving out to wide receiver this year, and Corey Carter, number 10. First and 10 for Cochran. It'll be a handoff to Odom. Odom has some room up the middle of the field for a 5-yard gain out to the 35. And it looks like that was a good play to start with. Good chunk of yardage for first down.
Always good to get half the yardage on the first play. Sets up lots of options for second down.
And he will be in the shotgun this time. Cochran will, 2nd and 5. This time it'll be a pass. First pass of the evening. It's a short one over to Odom. Checks it down. He will get first down yardage out to the 41-yard line. And just like that, they're moving the ball pretty nicely.
Yep, Odom's the engine that makes this team go. If he's doing well, this team's likely to have a big game.
Both these teams coming in with 3-game winning streaks, both in Western Conference action. So we'll see what they can do as Cochran is standing back in the pocket. He's going to throw it out. And it looks like that was one of the extra tight ends. No, excuse me. That's, who is that? That's one of the extra tight ends, I believe. I don't have his number handy.
Great job by Cochran, just staying poised in the pocket, delivering the ball, getting a nice gain. Don't make too much, just get what you can.
Nice 7-yard gain that time. Second and very short now. Bunch wide receivers towards the top of the screen. Cochran's going to pump fake. He's going to get sacked on the play.
Oof.
That was a big sack coming in, wrapping him up for a 4-yard loss. So instead of 3rd and short, it'll be 3rd and a little bit longer. Vancouver defensive line gets in there.
Vancouver's pass rush isn't that potent usually, so that's a big bonus for them. They're in a good situation here on a 3rd and 7.
No stars along that defensive front. They come out with a 3-4, it looks like, extra defensive backs. They will get first down yardage, though, out to the 46-yard line.
Must be something Alaska saw in the film. That middle of the zone's very soft.
It was very wide open, extremely wide open, but exploited that, was able to get it to the wide receiver, and got first down yardage into Vancouver territory already. So we've got 1st and 10. Cochran's going to be in the backfield with Odom in the shotgun, 3 wide receivers. He's going to take a short drop, zing it over to the left-hand side of the field. Does not keep his feet in bounds. That is Optimus Klein on his first target of the evening.
Where's that toe drag swag, Optimus? Come on, man.
No toe drag swag that time. Plenty of football left, though, so we'll see if we can get one in. One of my favorite phrases. I love it. Gold against the red today. I'm loving the colors today as Alaska sets up with a 2nd and 10. Cochran will pass once again. Deep pass over the right-hand side, and that's going to be picked off.
That's what you can't do.
Terry Crow with his first pick of the evening, and he just left that a little bit short. Was looking for Robert Merrill, I believe, on the outside.
Just to go and whoop, caught it right in the zone, and down he goes.
That was a great pick on the play. Great length. Great ups. I like it.
Great height.
So 1st and 10 now for the Legion as they get set up. Tom Pepper is going to be taking the helm of this offense. They come out in an offset eye. Ivan Sanchez in the backfield. Sanchez will get a handoff. He's barreling his way through for an 8-yard gain. Great first down yardage there.
Sanchez got to do lower the shoulder, get about 4 or 5 yards of carry, and Vancouver will be in good shape. That's pretty much the key to this game as I see it.
So that was a great stop there to keep him from getting first down yardage, but 2nd and very, very short now. As Pepper's going to hand it off to Sanchez once again. He will get first down yardage, but what a hit.
Excuse me, but he just got lit up on that play.
Wow, that was a great hit. But gets the first down yardage, gets what he needs. And that'll set up a 1st and 10 from the 28. Charlie Northrup is the tight end. Cade Stevens, gold wide receiver, along with Corey Jones, the former Houston Hyena. And Brett Killian is the other wide receiver for the Legion. And Sanchez will take it up for a 1-yard gain before he's bottled up. Looks like Big Sexy was in there on the action. Alex Dominguez.
That's exactly what Alaska wants to do. Keep these long.
Absolutely. 2nd and 9 now. Alex Dominguez in there in the trenches. Evan Carroll and Melvin Kalu are the corners as Sanchez gets a handoff.
Sanchez might be breathing heavy after all these carries. Looking a little slow. I'm guessing they're going to go to the air on 3rd and 7.
Vancouver would like a heavy dose of Sanchez. He has been a lot of their offense thus far, especially during this 3-game winning streak.
No back. Look out for Dominguez.
Only 3 down linemen. We'll see if Alaska sends any pressure on this play. Only the 3 come. Pepper cannot get it away. Yep, absolutely. You called it, my friend. Big Sexy gets in there, pressures Pepper, and he cannot get it away before he's knocked down.
Nice little twist there in the front with Dominguez, and he just got right up the middle, and Pepper had no choice. At least he got rid of the ball and didn't take a sack there or an interception.
So that worked out just fine for Alaska after turning the ball over on their first possession. They'll get a shot at their second possession here after this punt. Good hang time on it. Alaska will grab it right around the 35, and that's exactly where they'll mark it. Robert Merrill, I believe, was the one to field the punt.
This week, that's a positive. He didn't fumble.
That, absolutely. Considering the amount of fumbles we've seen over the course of the weekend.
It's been ugly out there for the returners. They better hold on with 2 hands.
Well, it works out nicely because it's a beautiful day out, beautiful night out for football, I should say. No snow since we're in the middle of the summer as Cochran throws it out to the left-hand side. Good catch. Out to the 40. That's a 5-yard gain. Another good first down yardage there. Optimus Klein on the catch.
Mr. Klein is in the building, making his presence felt. Got both feet in that time.
As we get a look at Cochran's numbers so far, not very good, but still plenty of action here. As we're not even out of the first quarter, barely halfway through, in fact. Handoff this time to Odom, but oh, he gets swallowed up at the line of scrimmage there. Looks like the
Vancouver's
defensive
doing an
front
excellent
came in.
job on the run defense there, just stopping him in his tracks. Alaska's actually been more successful in the passing game so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Introduce the Vancouver defense real quick. Terry Crow had that interception on the last drive. Oscar Dunkley, he's the other corner. Marquise Reed and Frank Champion are your backers. And Drew Hamilton and Caden Carter are your safeties. As it looks like Alaska is able to get a first down there. Optimus Klein with his, I think, second or third catch on the evening.
Yep, Klein's heating up. It's not good for Vancouver, but play action served him well. No pressure, and he had plenty of time to get that ball off on that nice route.
Popular movement was the former tight ends moving to wide receiver this year as they come out in I formation and they get swallowed up in the backfield. Ash Odom could not make it past, and again, that run defense for Vancouver is showing their teeth.
I like the strategy. Make Cochran beat you. Take away the running game. That's what I would try to do.
Odom has been a heavy part of their offense. He had a monster game for 200-plus yardage on one game. I believe it was 2 games ago. Last game he had 70 yards, I believe. As Cochran, there's some toe drag swag there. Cochran throws it out over to the right-hand side. A good catch there by Carter.
There we go. Didn't take long for that toe drag.
Not at all, not at all. 3rd and 6 now. Still not quite where they wanted to be, but a good 5 yards on that last play will set up a manageable 3rd down. So we get a look at Optimus Klein there. An offset eye coming out. There'll be a handoff to Odom. Odom trying to make his way through. He finds some room on the left-hand side, and he is going to go all the way. Touchdown, Alaska.
Good night.
Just when you thought they were going to bottle him up, Matt, it looks like he finally broke through and was able to find pay dirt.
The old reverse commentator's curse. Let's take a look at the blocking here. Well blocked by, actually a nice move there by Odom, and then he just gets free, and no one else touched him. He just had to break one tackle, and that was it.
Just helmet on helmet the whole way, it looked like.
Yeah, stug running. Nothing tricky, no spins, just north-south. Good old north-south running.
Kodiak Denali is the other member of this Alaska squad we have not mentioned. He is the kicker that will line up here for the extra point.
And yes, kickers are people too, as we've seen this week also in the league. And throughout the season. Many have missed field goals.
Absolutely. Missed field goals all over the place, mixed extra points. It helps having a star kicker on your squad as he nails that extra point and brings Alaska up to a 7-0 lead. So the keys to the game, I'm not sure if everyone saw it over on Discord. Both these teams riding a 3-game winning streak. Ash Odom is going to be heavily relied on for this Alaska offense. We'll see if Vancouver can keep him in check, as it looks like Corey Jones brings it out to the 25-yard line for Vancouver. The other thing, too, is to keep an eye on Tom Pepper's passing game. He had a huge game against San Antonio in that shootout, but we will see if he can replicate that action tonight.
Got to keep a clean game. That's big key.
So we got a 1st and 10 here from the 25. Pepper's going to pass deep over the middle of the field into double coverage. Looking for Cade Stevens out there. Could not find him. There's Tony Willis. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Entire Alaska secondary, I think, was back there on that one. That was a dangerous pass.
It was.
Had a few in my day, too. It looks open, but no, not so much.
Well, it worked out okay for Vancouver as they get a second shot here. It'll be 2nd and 10. Just inside of 4 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Pepper's going to take a short drop this time. Out route over to the right-hand side, and that is Charlie Northrup with his first catch of the evening. Tight end getting in on the action.
They called it incomplete, actually.
Yeah, looks like it was called incomplete. I thought he got his feet inbounds.
I did too. Maybe see if we get a challenge.
Yeah, we'll see if we got an early challenge. Doesn't look like it from the looks of it here.
This is Alaska's got him right where they want him, right here. 3rd and long.
This would follow the game plan as Big Sexy's getting in again on a stunt. Pepper overthrows it. But Dominguez was getting in there, giving all sorts of pressure on Pepper, and he was forced to overthrow it and throw it away.
Looked like the last series, just too much pressure. When you get pressure with 3 guys, that's very, very impressive.
Well, that's why you put that big old silver defensive end down there. 4th and 10 now.
They're paying him the big gold money.
Oh, they're paying him big gold money this year. I'm sorry. Yeah, he was silver last year.
Wasn't enough money for old Big Sexy.
It never is. Nice little sidestep there for Alaska. Able to get a couple extra yards out of it. So all Alaska so far on both defense and offense as we get Cochran trotting back out there. You think we'll see more of Ash Odom, Matt?
That's what I would do. I'd be pounding that ball up. I mean, it only takes 1 run, as we saw in the last series. Although it doesn't look like Alaska's going to do that. We'll see.
That 2-back set we were talking about off camera. Cochran's going to pass. Short out route there. That's caught by Optimus Klein. He's getting in on the... No, they're calling it incomplete again. Man, I'm off tonight.
Sorry. Can't resist. Zebras are calling it tight, I guess.
Apparently.
3 feet in.
Well, that's a incomplete pass, so 2nd and 10. At the 44, they're coming out with an offset eye this time around. 3 wideouts. Cochran's going to take a deep drop, 7 drops, over to the right-hand side. Has a man. Plenty of room over on the left-hand side. He could go all the way, and he will. Touchdown.
See you later.
That did not take long. Yeah, Optimus Klein finally got his feet in bounds.
Get a look at great pass.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whew.
Narrowly missed it. Crow was looking for his second. I don't know. Sorry, that wasn't Crow. That's on the other end. Dunkley was looking for a pick of his own.
I know how tight those throws are. That was a great one by Cochran. And it was just nice trot into the end zone for old Optimus.
I'll say, you've thrown your fair share of those passes, I'm sure.
All different kinds. Pretty ones, wobblers, but as long as it gets there, it's all that matters.
That's true. As long as you find pay dirt, that's all that really matters. As Denali knocks this one through. 14-0 advantage now for Alaska.
Vancouver's got to get going. They can't afford to get behind. I don't think they're a great team that plays well from behind, so they need to start, I mean, anything. Even a field goal would be a victory at this point.
We'll have to just wait and see here. When you got the running game and the passing game going at the same time, it's kind of hard to combat it.
Oh, for sure.
Denali kicks off. He kicks it into the end zone. They'll bring it out. Looks like Corey Jones on the return. He'll get out to the 23-yard line, and that's where Vancouver's going to take over once again.
Not a bad return from Jones that deep in your own end zone.
That was a little gutsy, if you ask me. I probably would have taken a knee, but looks like he had plenty of blockers on the play. Alaska just a little bit better on special teams.
See if Vancouver can get the running game going again. I think they were a little too pass happy last drive.
Sanchez looked good those first couple of plays. We'll see if they give him more. Looks like Pepper's going to pass, though, and there it is. Another sack.
Dominguez. Big sexy eating tonight, boys.
Absolutely. Getting all sorts of pressure on Tom Pepper, and there's that pretty gold star.
There's that twist, and there, whoop, sack. They've run that multiple times. It's been very effective. Now Vancouver almost has to pass.
Well, we'll see. They're coming out in an offset eye here. Might be a run formation. We'll see. Although Alaska's lining up with 4 down linemen pressing up front. Sanchez does get the handoff. Nifty moves by Ivan Sanchez out to the 28-yard line. That was a good-looking run, Matt.
That's what I've been saying. You got to feed that guy more.
What a run and a nifty couple of moves there. And that gives up a 3rd and manageable.
Yep.
So 2.5 minutes, Alaska on their feet here. Pepper's going to throw, and guess who?
Big Sexy.
Wow, what a play by Dominguez, and he is feeling it. 2 sacks on this drive. Constant pressure the whole day.
This is the best I've seen him all season. Vancouver better tighten up that pass protection, or Pepper's going to need to be icing his, everywhere after this game.
He'll definitely need an ice bath afterwards as Vancouver punts it away. Fielded it just inside the 40. Another decent return.
Destroyed.
Merrill trying to show some nifty moves, but yeah, he got walloped there at about the 48. Still great field position for Alaska. We'll see what they can do with it this time around, as Vancouver just can't seem to get out of their own neck of the woods.
The D needs to step up here big time, force the Cochran pick, or a 3 and out, because they're really close to field goal range with, again, their start kicker.
Vancouver getting gutsy here, playing up a lot of guys up on the line of scrimmage. We'll see if they send anybody. Cochran trying to just get a short pass and just knocked down.
Yeah. That time there was no protect. They sent everybody deep, and, Cochran tried to dump it off to the back. It just didn't look very pretty.
No, not at all. Probably one of the backers got his hand on it, or maybe it was one of the defensive linemen as well. But, I mean, everybody was coming that time around. He had no time whatsoever to get rid of that ball. So we got a 2nd and 10 now. 2 backs in the backfield. 3 wide outs. Cochran's under center. He's going to hand it off to Odom. Odom almost squeaks out of that first tackle, but he gets out to the 48-yard line for about a 4-yard gain.
3rd and manageable, though, for Alaska. We'll see what. This is Vancouver's time to step up on defense here. Let's see if they can shotgun Alaska and get the ball back.
They need to stop the bleeding pretty quick here, as we got a shot at Caden Carter back there at his free safety spot. 3rd and 6 here. This will be a perfect opportunity to get the ball back, as Odom gets a handoff, and he gets stood up right at the 44-yard line. Great play by that Vancouver defense.
That's what they needed. He could have broke another one, but they stopped him just in the nick of time.
And just as I was mentioning his name, Caden Carter getting in there, coming up and making a stop there from his safety spot.
Safeties sometimes have to play linebacker.
Well, they're so versatile. The safety position is always super versatile. They're basically faster linebackers. So they got a 4th and short here. Alaska's going to try and pin Vancouver deep once again. Jones gets out of the way, and it's going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback.
Big win for Vancouver there. Don't want to be starting inside the 5.
No, definitely not. Wise decision by Corey Jones, it ends up being. That was a dangerous punt, though. Could have easily just taken a stop right there at the goal line.
All right, let's see if they give it to Sanchez this time on 1st down.
They definitely need to feed Sanchez a little bit more. As 4 wide receivers come out, Sanchez does get the handoff, only gets about a couple. That defensive front there for Alaska holding strong.
Now 2's better than 0.
100%. We'll get another look at the defensive front here for Alaska. I don't think I finished naming them earlier. Melvin Kalu, Evan Carroll, the corner, Alex Dominguez, we mentioned his name plenty of times tonight. Andrew Francis, the linebacker. We also have DJ Drew and Tony Willis out there at the safety spots. A good catch over there by Corey Jones, able to get a 3rd and manageable.
A nice catch by Jones. Too bad he couldn't turn it up just a little sooner, but 3rd and manageable. Very nice.
Pepper kind of led him a little bit too close to the sideline, it looked like.
Look out for that man on 3rd down.
Oh, absolutely. You've had plenty of battles with Mr. Jones when he was with Houston. As we get to the end of the first quarter here, Alaska with a 14-point lead. Alex Dominguez with 2 sacks to his credit already just in one quarter. 3rd and 3 now for Vancouver. We'll see what they come out with. Pepper's going to take a short drop, finds a man over the middle of the field. First down, yardage and more out to the 40-yard line. That was a great play. Finally, a good play on offense for Vancouver. That was one of the tight ends. It's Northrup.
Looks like they took a play out of Alaska's book. Throwing right down the middle there. Nice catch.
Several different routes they were running towards the middle of the field, and it didn't look like Alaska really kept any backers towards the front there. So that was a good read on their part. 1st and 10 from the 40 now. Vancouver finally with some breathing room. We'll see if they can capitalize on it. Handoff here to Sanchez. It only gets about a couple yards out to the 42-yard line. Again, that Alaska defense coming up, making sure that he doesn't get any yardage whatsoever.
Yeah, I thought that one was going for at least 6, and all of a sudden the jaws of life closed in on.
Absolutely. I think that was Minjawar, number 58, coming in there and just closing up that hole real quick. 2nd and 8 now. Offset eye for Vancouver. Sanchez with another handoff. Pushing his way through, though. Still not down. Gets 4 yards. As we get a look at the running back numbers so far this evening.
I said Sanchez had to average about 5, and he's well below that so far. So hopefully he can get going.
Andy Helmuson, of course, adding his thoughts, his 2 cents in the chat. Jaws of life closing in. That's the wrong way. Let us do our thing, Andy. First down yardage for Vancouver. Kate Stevens with his first catch. Out to the 48-yard line of Alaska. So that was a good first down for the Legion, as they're pushing their way through into Storm territory. We'll see if they can finally get on the board here in the second quarter. Pepper's going to take a deep pass over the middle of the field, and that's tipped away.
Risky business there, and those deep throws have not been there for him at all.
That was good coverage out there by Willis. I didn't catch who exactly he was looking for on that pass play, but it was one-on-one coverage, it looked like.
Looks like Alaska watched that Houston tape.
Oh, absolutely. Pepper was throwing bombs all over the place, at least against San Antonio. Offset eye now from the 48, 2nd and 10. Throws the out route, cannot keep it in bounds, though. Led Stevens a little bit too far over to the sideline. It'll be 3rd and long now.
Kind of throw that a little bit short, a little more mustard on it. Kind of float it on him.
I tell you what, I called a Carolina game not too long ago, and Carolina just could not keep the screen passes in bounds. So we'll see if they have the same bad luck with the out routes here, Vancouver. 3rd and 10, high snap. Pepper brings it down, has time over to the right-hand side, tipped away once again. Trying to find a receiver out there. I'm not sure who it was, but that was a great play by the defensive back to knock it down. That was DJ Drew.
Yeah, Alaska's got lockdown on those kind of medium deep routes right now. They can't find anything. Vancouver can't.
So Kingston once again has to come out and punt. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Matt.
No problem.
4th and long once again as the high snap comes around. Kick is up. Good hang time on it. Merrill's going to receive it. Try and get away from first tackle. Cannot. He'll be knocked down at the 14-yard line. So Alaska finally has some not beneficial field position to start with. Vancouver's been dealing with that all night.
Yeah, we'll see if they can stop them again. It's a tall order so far, but has to be done.
Has been tough sledding so far for Vancouver. Really nothing getting going. Sanchez with a little bit of running room on the ground, but other than that, nothing to really write home about as Odom gets a big chunk of yardage, almost 10 yards and a first down, as he's averaging 10 yards on the game, 2nd and inches.
Very, very close to that first, but again, 2nd and inches. You've got every play at your disposal now you can use. So watch out for the deep ball, watch out for the run. It could be any of the above.
They might even throw in a play action here. Haven't seen a whole lot of that this season, but every now and again they throw it in there. Handoff, though, to Odom, and he gets first down yardage. Lowers his head, gets about a couple yards, but that's just enough for the first down.
And they do the smart thing. Just get that first.
They haven't had any trouble with getting big chunks of yardage with Odom this evening, so might as well just keep handing it off to him.
When the guy's averaging 10 yards a carry, yeah, give him the ball.
So 1st and 10 now from the 26, offset I. We'll see if Odom gets some more handoffs here. Instead, the fullback gets a rare handoff, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage. Vancouver with a big stop there.
That's a curious call, as Alaska doesn't have a star fullback as far as I know.
They certainly don't, so it looks like maybe they were just going for a little change of pace. Marquise Reed in there with the stop for Vancouver. So a 2nd and 10 now. As he gets stopped for no gain. Bunched receivers down towards the bottom of the screen for Alaska as Cochran gets him jump off sides. Free play. Over to the right-hand side. There's some toe drag swag again. I believe that's, it's Corey Carter with his catch.
I think this penalty accepted.
Yeah, they'll definitely accept the penalty, get the free 5 yards, and keep the 2nd down. So it'll be 2nd and 5 after the jump by the defensive end there. And Vancouver is just having all sorts of problems. Now they're shooting themselves in the foot on defense on top of everything else. So 2nd and 5 now after the offsides penalty. Short drop for Cochran. He'll throw that same route, though, and he'll get a first down. Corey Carter makes that same basic catch, and this time it's good for a first down.
Corey was not going to be denied that first down this time. He's like, I'm just going to keep churning the legs and pulling you along with me.
Didn't even really have to do any toe drag swag that time, just kind of make sure his feet kept in bounds, and he was good to go. So 6.5 minutes left to go. Alaska working their way out of the shadow of their own end zone. Cochran's going to pass again, has time, over the middle of the field. That's caught for a first down and more, out to the 46 for Vancouver.
The old generic with a nice catch, Jason
Absolutely.
Julian. Yeah, that middle of the field just seems very soft, the Vancouver defense. They've just abused it over and over and over again throughout the game so far.
It's definitely seemed soft on both ends, at least to an extent with Alaska. Obviously with Vancouver, Alaska has just been exploiting that on offense.
Problem is Alaska has a lot more time to find those soft zone areas in the zone. Vancouver's been under duress.
Absolutely, 100%, as Merrill gets a catch there, 5-yard gain.
I love these 5-yard chunks. Just keep it safe, keep the ball moving down the field. You got a star kicker. Just play it safe. You're up 14-0.
Well, it certainly makes it easy. As we get a look at Cochran's numbers, his rating has gone up significantly since that first possession interception. 122 yards passing, still no touchdowns as Ash Odom gets a handoff, lowers his shoulder there. Able to get out to the 36. That was a good play there, Matt.
Yeah, I think he gave him the old-fashioned stiff arm to the face. Sit down.
The old forearm shiver. So it'll be 3rd and super short now. 3rd and a chest hair if we want to use our patented chest hair line. 5 minutes left to go. Offset I formation for Alaska. Odom's going to get the handoff. Looks like he's got the corner, and he does. First down for Alaska.
Just got there. Might be needing some Gatorade on the sidelines, but yeah, he made it. And Vancouver was not in a very run-centered defense there, so that play worked to perfection.
100%. Looks like Odom has some heavy legs. I think he's still in there for this first down play from the 36. Bunch receivers towards the top. Handoff once again. This time only 1 yard. Vancouver finally snuffs it out. Marquise Reed in there on the stop.
Whew. Please give that guy some Gatorade. No moss.
No joke. They've been giving him all sorts of plays on this drive, heavily leaning on Odom. We'll see if Cochran wants to pass it this time around. Only a couple real passes this drive. 2nd and 9. Odom gets a handoff. Oh, lowers his shoulder once again. Jeez. Just as we're downing him, thinking that he needs some Gatorade, he goes and pulls one of those off.
I'll show you. I need Gatorade. Bam, right to the side again.
Exactly.
That stiff arm is brutal from Odom.
The stiff arm, the shoulder lowering. I mean, he's using that truck stick, man. 3rd and 4 now. Odom's going to get another handoff. Vancouver bobbles him up, though. Only gets 1 yard. And that'll force Alaska to maybe set up for a field goal here. We'll have to see.
Yeah, that drive brought to you by Ash Odom. Now he's going to need a long rest on the sidelines. Hopefully he gets it. This is the advantage of the star kicker right here.
100%. Rooney's going to be the holder. Kodiak Denali in here. He's going to attempt a 45-yard field goal. No kick at gimme as the kick is up and away, and it is good from 45. A great kick by the bronze kicker Denali.
Easy money at 45. Not likely a miss. He just cleared that with. I mean, look at this. Bombs away. No problem.
Plenty of room. He probably could have hit it from 52.
I wouldn't doubt it.
So it's now a 17-0 lead for the Storm. Just inside of 3 minutes left to go in the first half of play. As they kick off once again, Corey Jones, I believe, will be the returner. He fields it inside his 5. And he's going to bring it up to the 26-yard line. Another decent return for Corey Jones.
I'm getting concerned for Vancouver here. I'm having OKC flashbacks. At 0 on the board.
Well, the other thing, too, is that Vancouver, they do have some good weapons. I know Brewski's been around for quite some time, so he probably has, a couple shots or something before the game.
Probably had arthritis that game.
Pepper will hand it off to Sanchez here, who gets about 4 yards. And it's been tough sledding for Vancouver's run game this time around. Alaska's been showing their teeth on the run defense.
Yeah, Sanchez is paying for every yard. He's just getting whacked again and again and again. And hopefully he can just bite his teeth and come through it, because they're going to need him still. It's a very important part of this offense.
So 2nd and 6 comes up now. Sanchez still in the backfield. Pepper's going to be under center. Sanchez will get another handoff, has some room up the middle of the field. That'll be a first down and more, as he's getting closer to that 5 yards of carry you were talking about.
He's going to need a few more yards. You might have to up that to about 7 or 8, down 17. But, it's still early, lots of time. They get some points in this drive going to halftime. It's definitely not out of the question. We've seen crazier things in this league.
Absolutely. As we hit the 2-minute warning here in Alaska, the I is where we are located here. From the 41 is where Vancouver will set up their own 41 as they try and get into Alaska territory, maybe get some points on the board. Sanchez has some blockers up the middle of the field into Alaska territory, out to the 47, first down.
It's a very smart call. Alaska's probably thinking pass all the way, 2-minute drill, and they just run it right up the middle and put themselves in a very good spot. Lots of time remaining and 3 timeouts. All right, Sanchez lowered the shoulder this time.
Well, they're both big bruising backs. They don't mess around when it comes to running the football. Sanchez known for it. Obviously, Ash Odom has been taking a page out of Sanchez's book. Maybe it's the other way around as the clock continues to tick close to a minute and a half now. Sanchez trying to bounce it outside, does not, as Alaska's run defense meets him in the backfield, 1 yard loss.
and not really his game, bouncing it to the outside. You try to make something out of nothing, but sometimes you just got to just put your head down and get 1 yard, better than the alternative. Now Vancouver's got to hurry it up a bit.
Both teams with all 3 timeouts. Sanchez with another handoff. Finally has some blockers on the left-hand side. One man to beat. Does not get past him, but he gets out to the 24-yard line, and that's where they'll spend the first time out.
Man, Vancouver's even fooling me. I swore that was going to be a pass, but nope. We believe in our running back, and they got a great play out of it. Nice blocking by 31, takes him right out. And he almost breaks it.
Well, that was the key to the whole play, is that 31, the fullback, was able to get into the second level and make sure they took care of the linebacker there so that Sanchez could get extra yardage. So with 1:01 left to play in the first half now, from the 24, Pepper's going to set up with a 1st and 10. He'll take a short drop, zings it over the left-hand side, keeps his feet in bounds for a 3-yard gain, before he falls out at the 58. Looks like that was the generic tight end Stone.
I don't have a problem with that play at all. Gets 3 yards, stops the clock. Still plenty of downs and time to go.
Just take what the defense is giving you. Get as many yards as you can and do it in a time-efficient manner, obviously, with 58 seconds left to go and 2 timeouts. 2nd and 7 for Vancouver. Pepper's under center. He'll drop back to pass. It's a fumble on the play. Vancouver able to hop back on it, but they got to burn a timeout. That's unfortunate.
That's what you don't want.
Dominguez gets in there and provides some pressure once.
Man.
Yeah, it was. Wow. A killer swim move there.
Someone must have fed Big Sexy some extra tacos, because that man is just killing people tonight.
He wants to eat. Good grief. And that sets up a 3rd and lengthy from the 33. Probably outside of field goal range now. Five wideouts, empty backfield. Pepper's going to pass. Has time. Deep pass over the middle. That's caught for a touchdown. Corey Jones gets behind the secondary, and that's caught for a touchdown for Vancouver.
Beautiful throw by Pepper right over the top of the defense, and Jones just does the right thing and just hold on to that ball, young man.
Wide open, gets past the free safety. Actually, it was a strong safety, Tony Willis. But that was drawn up perfectly by the Legion, as they're finally able to get on the board here, and that's exactly what they were looking for to close out the half.
I mean, look at the pattern. Run, 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 short pass, and then beat him deep. They weren't ready for it.
Recipe for success there as Vancouver boots through the extra point. So it's now a 17-7 ball game here in Anchorage. Which, by the way, it's a very pleasant 61 degrees here. It's not very chilly at all. Much better than the Florida weather I'm used to. With a 10-point advantage, Alaska is going to get the ball back. 3 timeouts, 49 seconds left to go. Fielded inside the 10. Alaska is going to bring it up the field following blockers out to the 28-yard line. That was Merrill on the return. And we'll see what Cochran can do with 45 seconds. What's the game plan here, Bronze Bomber?
I like being aggressive. I'd say chuck it. Let's go. Let's try to get some more points. 10-point game is nothing in this league. So if you got the time, you got the timeouts, use them. Don't waste them.
Run and gun it. 3 wideouts for Cochran. He's going to pass. Short pass over to the right-hand side. Caught for a 5-yard gain before he's tackled out of bounds.
That one was dangerous. It could have gone the other way.
That could have easily gone the other way. Crow has already had 1 pick this evening on that first possession there. But the clock stops with 41 seconds left to go. We get a look at Optimus Klein going out to his wideout position.
They better pay attention to that, man. Vancouver.
Cochran's under center. He's going to hand it off this time to Odom. Odom catching the Vancouver defense off guard, and Alaska's going to spend their first time out.
Alaska giving Vancouver some of their own medicine, a little rope-a-dope there. Think we're going to pass? Nope. Here comes the run.
And Odom has been relied upon heavily this time around. Averaging
Alaska's
10 yards earlier.
Alaska's in a great spot here again. Need about 10 more yards and wrong side of the field. About 30 more yards. Check that. But still, they're in good shape.
Not bad field position, still 2 timeouts. They've been doing pretty much anything they want on offense, and once again, Odom getting out for a 6-yard gain. They're going to go no huddle here. Conserve those timeouts. 2nd and 4. Cochran with a short drop, zings it over to the right-hand side. That's caught. Stays in bounds, though. 20 seconds ticking down.
Where's the timeouts? This clock management's a little iffy.
I would tend to agree. Still got 2 timeouts, but yet they're still going to go no huddle. Cochran has time over the middle of the field. That's caught out to the 27-yard line, and now they're going to burn a timeout.
They could have got another possession out of that if they had used one earlier, but I think they'll bring on the field goal kicker here and just take the 3 into the half.
That's kind of what my thinking is, but that's another dangerous throw there.
I thought it was picked off at first, right? Well, Optimus Klein doing what he does, snagging balls, making plays.
Drew Hamilton was the one there, the free safety, that he was able to throw the ball in between. And it looks like they will trot out Kodiak Denali. He is 1 for 1 so far on the evening. This one will be a 44-yarder. Seven seconds left in the half. Good snap. Kick is away, and it is up and through. They'll actually mark it as a 43-yarder for Kodiak Denali, but he is 2 for 2 on the evening. 2 40-yard field goals.
Boom, another bomb.
Plenty of leg on that, too. Once again.
Unlike some SFL kickers, he actually practices.
Oh, hey, wait a minute. We said the kickers are people, too, right?
Definitely. The ones that practice.
So we got 3 seconds left to go. See if Vancouver can maybe bring this one back. Corey Jones can be a dangerous returner. He'll take it from his goal line. Brings it up the field, but instead Alaska will mark him down at the 23. And that brings our first half of action to a close. It has been all Alaska here in Anchorage tonight in the eye. 20-7 is our score as we go into the locker room. We will take a short break and take a look at the halftime show here and come back in just a moment. Coming back out of the locker room here, we'll get a look at what each team is going to bring to the table. Bronze Bomber Matt Willson, what do you have as the game plan here for Vancouver to get back in the game?
Well, they could still run the ball. I still think they should give a healthy dose of Sanchez and try to make it manageable. Just Just get a touchdown here, and you're only down 6. Easy. Well, the Alaska defense might not say that, but
I was about to say they'll have to answer to Big Sexy here as Vancouver brings it out to the 21-yard line. Excuse me. Denali has been making it kind of tough to get a decent return here.
Maybe he drank some Pepto at the half. He's not feeling so well. We'll see. He ate a lot in the first.
He did eat quite a bit. He had 2 sacks. He had a strip sack as well, I believe, towards the end of the first half there. We'll see if he can eat some more on this first possession of the second half. Pepper's going to take a short drop, finds a man over the middle of the field. That was a gutsy play by Cade Stevens, holding on to the ball for almost a 10-yard gain.
Great hands, but that's the kind of plays I want to see out of them. They don't have to go deep. They just have to be smart. They've got plenty of time. West Coast style.
That seems to be what is working for them, as they were obviously able to get on the scoreboard throwing it to Corey Jones. So we'll see what they want to do here. Maybe a handoff to Sanchez. Instead, Pepper's going to pass. Deep pass over the right-hand side, and that's knocked down.
I saw that. It did not look good from the start. I say take your yards, but you can take that risk on 2nd and inches. Just you better get it on 3rd.
Killian was the receiver he was looking for, and it looked like maybe just a couple more yards in the air, he might have been able to sneak it over DJ Drew's outstretched fingers, but unfortunately, it's now a 3rd down for Vancouver. And now Sanchez will get a handoff. He has some blockers on the left-hand side. Spin move out to the 40-yard line, and Vancouver's moving the ball.
That's what I'm talking about. Sanchez getting 11, 12, 13-yard chunks. Take that all game long. Dominguez just destroyed someone. Luckily, it wasn't the quarterback this time.
Dominguez is out for blood on that quarterback, man.
It's hard to miss him. He's like the Goodyear blimp. but a nice blimp. A very mobile blimp.
A happy blimp. Sometimes.
Not to opposing quarterbacks.
No, not at all. 1st and 10 for Vancouver. Pepper's going to pass once again. Has some time, waiting, over to the right-hand side. That's caught. 1st down. Finds Charlie Northrup out there. And that's 1st down yardage out to the 44 of Alaska.
This is some good halftime adjustments I'm seeing. These are much better routes, much better offensive game plan. I know it's a little early to say, but I mean, I didn't see that all first half.
No, it's been a good first drive. Certainly we don't want to count our chickens before they hatch, but I mean, it's been a good movement here so far for the Legion as they set up shop at the 44 now for a 1st and 10. Pepper's going to pass. He's going to swing it out to Sanchez. Nifty little one-handed grab for a 1st down and more.
Oh,
finally thumped down there by the linebacker, but that was a great play by Yvonne Sanchez to get out there.
Sorry, channeling my little inner John Madden. Whap, boom.
Boom, puff acted connected. Andrew Francis was out there with the stop. He was the linebacker that laid the lumber on Yvonne Sanchez, but that was a good-looking play.
The eggs are moving. They're not hatched, but they're starting to show.
They're starting to crack. Starting to crack a little bit. Sanchez gets another 5-chunk yard. Yep.
I don't know. Maybe I spoke to him at the half. Who knows?
Who knows? Obviously, owner and coach Andy Hamilton must have had some words there with his offense, getting them to kind of get their rears in gear, along with their Capri Suns and their juice boxes and whatnot. Although Big Sexy, once again, dragging down Sanchez.
That man can crack an egg all by himself.
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt. I certainly would not want to run into that.
I with his baby toe.
It's a 3rd and 4 now for Vancouver. They're in field goal range. But we'll see what happens with this 3rd and short. It's at least manageable for Vancouver, which is better than the first half. Pepper throws a duck over the middle of the field, and that gets swatted down. It'll be 4th down.
I actually don't mind the pass. I think it was a good try. It just didn't quite get there. He had to sidearm it a little bit, and it didn't have quite the mustard he needed.
Did not quite have the same zip as we're used to seeing. It was definitely a wobbly pass. But
and here we go. Here.
I was about to say they're going to trot out the kicker.
Hold your breath, everyone.
Not a star kicker. So we'll see what Vancouver can do here. We'll see if he can bang it through. It is from 48. There's a low snap, too. Kick is up and away. I'm sorry, 38. My basic math is wrong, but that's up and good. As Bex Kickums is able to nail it through. What a name for a kicker.
Appropriate if he makes them. Otherwise, he'd be miss-ems.
Well, that was a good first possession there for Vancouver. That was exactly what we were talking about. Throwing in a little heavier dose of the pass offense and then handing it off to Sanchez.
Yeah, too bad they couldn't get 7, but lots of time left. Now the defense has to step up big time.
Definitely, as Merrill is taking the ball up to the 30-yard line. Another decent return here for the Storm. And what is Alaska looking to do here? You think we're going to see more Ash Odom on this?
Yeah, I mean, the man's probably still averaging about 7 yards a carry. Just test him. Give him a ball, see what happens. Don't want to turn the ball over.
So let's see. We've got 39 watching right now. Only 25 likes. Guys, go ahead and hammer that like button. It definitely helps out the league. And go ahead and subscribe while you're at it. We're just shy of 650. Sitting at 646 right now as Ash Odom gets a 7-yard gain out to the 38.
Yep, just what I was talking about. Give it to Odom, see what he can do. I would do the same thing here. Just give it to him again. Get that first down. The clock keeps moving. No turnovers.
Averaging just over 6.5 yards a carry tonight. As Odom's going to get another handoff, and there he goes once again. Another huge chunk of yardage out to the 46-yard line. And that's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Storm.
Hopefully he had IV Gatorade at the half.
His legs were looking a little bit slow towards the end of that first half there, so he's looking refreshed out there now.
I wonder if he's an orange or a, lime kind of guy.
I personally like the green apple. I don't know if you guys have had that, but the green apple is very good. Deep drop for Cochran on this first down play. Has some time. Deep pass over the middle field. That's picked off by Vancouver. The safety comes in, and I believe that is Caden Carter. Snags down a pick, and he brings it back to midfield.
Exactly what I was talking about. You didn't want to do. And that great return by Carter as well. They had the max protect on. Both running backs were blocking, but limits your options in the passing game. You can only throw to a couple guys, and, well, Vancouver was all over that. So let's see if they can respond and get some more points. Heck, even a field goal puts them within a one-score game.
Absolutely, and we get a look at Ivan Sanchez. He's getting closer to that 6 yards a carry there, and obviously they're getting closer.
5.
Yeah, see, there you go. So 6:35 left to go. Yep, moving the ball. Hand off to Sanchez. Gets nothing on that play, though.
Guess who?
Yep, there's Big Sexy once again. Good grief.
Filling up my screen.
He's good at that.
He's probably good at a lot of things. Don't call him Big Sexy for nothing.
This is a family show. Family show, Matt.
No, attacking the quarterback. Jeez.
Pepper's going to pass it over the middle of the field, and that was a gutsy throw, but he finds Killian. Brett Killian gets in there for a first down and more out to the 32.
That's a Bronze Bomber special right there. Nice floater over the top of the defense. Look at this. He just flew right over the top. Nice and easy. Makes the receiver's job easy when that ball just comes down nice and soft.
Just put it right on the money, though. That was a great-looking pass. And Killian with the great catch.
Oh, don't look now, but Vancouver's almost in field goal range.
32. They're getting close to the SFL red zone here. 5:38 coming off the clock, and he's in trouble and goes down. Pepper once again swallowed up by Big Sexy Alex Dominguez.
Just call his name and he'll be there.
That was a monster loss, too. Loss of 7 on the play.
I'm not a fan of that no back sack. You're just asking to get sacked. Dominguez.
Well, especially a big back like Sanchez, as Pepper's going to throw once again over the left-hand side. Has a man caught for a touchdown. That's Cade Stevens.
Woo.
What a throw there.
Get a nice, easy pass right over the top of the defense.
And Stevens just looks like he beats his man off the line there, Matt.
Well, he goes inside, then outside, and just totally shook his defender, and that was it. Now it's pretty much a whole new ball game.
They would have been happy with just 3 on that drive, but instead they get 6 on the board, hopefully adding 7 here. And you're right, it's a brand new ball game here. And a great stat drop. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Matt, but we got a great stat drop from Director of Player Personnel, as Alex Dominguez is now 2nd all-time on the sack list. So congrats to Big Sexy for getting up so high on just his 2nd season.
Doing work, looking good, making the money. Doesn't get any better than that.
No, sir, not at all. And Vancouver makes it a 3-point deficit now. So down 20-7 at the half, quickly able to add 10 points. And they're ready to kick it off to Alaska, see how they can respond here.
Alaska needs to get their butts in gear. They got to wake up. Somebody needs to slap some sense into them because they've kind of gone quiet. They got to stop this risky stuff and just get back to the basics. Run, pass if you have to, but don't give this Vancouver team another turnover.
Obviously, Ash Odom has had plenty of success running the ball this evening. It's a little puzzling that they would go to the air just when he's starting to get some more mojo going on the ground.
Especially with the lead they had. Now it's a little tighter, but don't abandon your game plan.
Another great play by Vancouver. Terry Crow in there trying to get his 2nd pick of the evening. That was a great play there, Matt.
That route worked the first half, but they've seemed to have gummed those up. I don't know. Like I said, the halftime adjustments for Vancouver have been A+, exceptional.
And as we mentioned before, as they capped off that touchdown drive, that pass to Cade Stevens, it's a whole new ball game now. Just a 3-point deficit. We'll see if Alaska can answer, as Cochran's in the shotgun with 2 backs. He's got a short drop, finds a man over the middle of the field, it's tipped away. Could have been another interception, another dangerous throw.
This time it wasn't max protect. I thought it, he has more options, but it didn't look good. Can't throw in traffic like that. You gotta be smart and just throw it away if you have to. Just don't throw it into the arms of a Vancouver defender.
There were 3, 4, 5 different gold jerseys in the middle of the field there that could have picked that off. Instead, it falls harmlessly to the turf, but it's a 3rd and long now for Alaska. They have not been faced with too many of these tonight. Plenty of time for Cochran. Throws another dangerous pass, though, and it's knocked down.
Well, he had one receiver running a curl route, and he was well covered. Cochran had very, very limited options, and again, I don't know, these pass combinations aren't looking very sharp at all. And look out, Vancouver is going to get the ball back, bearing a fumble on the punt return, and they're in business.
Yeah, they're going to punt the ball here. Vancouver has the ability to take the lead for the first time of the evening. And once again, great adjustments here on the side of the ball for they almost came and blocked it. That would have been a heck of a play there for special teams, but they're going to receive the punt at about the 35-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark Corey Jones down. Tutu was almost about to get mauled on that punt.
Tutu almost had to do some ballerina stuff there.
Yeah, a pirouette or a jump or a split or something. This is why I call football. I don't call ballets.
Yeah, well, his name is Tutu. You can't resist.
1st and 10 for Plie. There we go. There's another one. Pepper's going to hand it off to Sanchez. Sanchez being patient following his blockers, but it looks like maybe one of them held on a little bit too long as we got some laundry on the field. First penalty of the ball game. No, sorry, 2nd.
That's what I thought. We had a bad angle, but I was thinking face mask, and yep, sure enough. That's big.
Yeah, absolutely, because that'll give them a 1st down there. Tony Willis was the guilty party, and Sanchez is able to find some room, get a 1st down.
Just keep feeding the beast. He's been efficient. Actually, both in the passing game and in the running game, and here comes a pass, I think.
It's definitely a passing formation as Pepper's in the gun. Sanchez is next to him. Pepper's got under duress once again, and he gets it out to Sanchez. Sanchez made something out of absolutely nothing and gets a 7-yard gain. Great play.
You got to give a lot of credit, though, to Pepper. You know, he stayed heady. He looked around, pocket collapsing, just dump it off to your check down and let him make a play, and he did.
I'm surprised Tom Pepper is still upright after that big crunch after he got rid of that ball. But it's a 2nd and short now for Vancouver from the 48-yard line of Alaska. They're bringing the heat once again, and Pepper goes down. Another huge loss. And I believe that's Big Sexy again. No, it's not. It's one of the defensive linemen.
He had his hands on him, but we got Gerald Thomas there. I think you'll see Big Sexy was. Yep.
Oh,
just
man.
Missed.
Somehow Pepper is able to shrug him off, but not able to get rid of old Thomas there as he's wrapping him up for a 7-yard loss. It'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Must have been doing some squats to avoid that one.
Doing some extra leg work as Pepper throws a deep pass towards the middle of the field, and is that caught? What a catch! Cade Stevens balling out tonight.
Baller. Sorry. Couldn't resist. The receivers have been doing a fantastic job in the second half.
And that was a gutsy throw there by Peppers, but he's able to get it out to Stevens and get another big chunk of yardage, and they're moving into Alaska territory just fine until then. Another sack. And I think that's Thomas once again, isn't it?
Yeah. Alaska sent the blitz that time, and there was no check down available. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. It looked like 6 guys. 6 on 5. You're not going to win that.
No, because they had 4 down linemen, and I believe you're right. I think they sent 2 backers along with them. So it was a great defensive call by Max Paul in the Storm.
You don't see too much of that blitzing in the SFL, that amount of it, but paid off big time.
Absolutely. Pepper's going to pass again, though. He's got a man out to the middle of the field. That's Killian. Gets a big chunk of that yardage back. It'll be 3rd and manageable, at least, from the 29.
Here's a tough spot now. Do you throw and go for that first? Do you run the ball, maybe get in field goal range to tie this game up? It's going to be an interesting call here on 3rd and 5.
Well, I guess we got our answer here as they come out in an empty set with 5 wideouts. Pepper gets the snap over to the middle of the field. Another dangerous pass, but it's caught by Corey Jones out to the 10.
Give that man a gold star. I know he's not, but he's looking like one right now.
He's certainly looking like one, absolutely. Another gutsy catch by these Legion wide receivers.
There was that twist again with Dominguez, but they've been picking it up much, much better in the second half. And that's giving Pepper time to get the ball where it needs to go.
They had 4 different red jerseys in the middle of the field there. That was a crazy catch by Jones, but he's been making a ton of those for a long time now. Legion's going to set up shop, and it looks like Sanchez has some room on the left-hand side, able to sneak into the end zone. Touchdown.
Such a smart play. I saw that develop. I'm like, I didn't know if Pepper saw it, but yeah, he saw exactly what I saw, quarterback to quarterback. Got to keep your eyes open, and there's just nobody there.
We both saw it, I believe, at the same time, seeing Sanchez sneak out of the backfield there, and no one was really matching up with him.
Man, what a second half from Vancouver. Alaska hasn't scored.
Yeah, hats off to not only the offense for the Legion, but the Legion defense as well, holding them to a goose egg here in the 3rd quarter.
Now the pressure's on Cochran.
Kick is up and away and good, so now we got a 4-point game. Got to get a touchdown in order to kind of get things forward. Kickums is knocking it through. I do love that name for a kicker. So what do you think Alaska is thinking here as the Legion is able to tee up the ball and kick it off once again?
I don't know why they're not running Odom. They're just, to me, it's just, I'm confused. But they're just setting themselves up for deflections, interceptions, and you got a guy that's averaging more than 5 yards a carry. I mean, give it to him on 1st and 2nd down and then see where you stand on 3rd. But again, now you're behind, so got to be aggressive.
It's a tough call here. Yeah, now that they're behind by 4.
You can't be. I mean, look, 6.7 yards a carry. Give that man the ball.
It is hard to argue over the century mark for the game. We'll see if they give him a little bit of a heavier play here as he gets a handoff out to the 45-yard line, just dragging bodies along with him, throwing down people along the way. And that's exactly what Alaska was missing.
Here comes the vicious stiff arm from Odom here, if we can actually see it. Yep, right there. He just watch his arm. He'll just nope. But yeah, he just bowled over a guy, and see, that's just what the doctor ordered. It's a low risk, high percentage play.
And guess what? It gave him a first down. That was exactly what they were needing here. Gambling a little bit too much with the pass plays. We'll see if they give more handoffs to Odom. Instead, it'll be another pass to Cochran. It's a short one, though. Able to get the toe drag swag in there. 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7 now for Optimus Klein.
There's a name we haven't called in a long time. It's gone kind of quiet.
Gone super quiet. Vancouver has done a great job holding him in check, and the fact that this is his only catch in the second half for a 3-yard gain, I mean, hats off to Vancouver.
They've been going more to the middle of the field, Alaska, and it hasn't done them well.
It has not. No, absolutely not. Cochran's going to swing it out. It's over to Odom. Vancouver played that brilliantly, though. Great play by the linebacker to swing on over there. That's Frank Champion.
Kind of the opposite of Alaska's D against the Vancouver screen, but big third down coming up in this game.
And everybody get your 4s out. We're heading into the 4th quarter here in Anchorage. Vancouver takes their first lead of the ball game on their last possession. We'll see if they can hold it for the final 11 minutes of this contest. What do you think we got coming up here?
I mean, there's maximum wide receivers, so we'll see if Cochran can find someone open. I mean, just take the 8 yards. Don't take any risks. And
that was another risky throw, though. He was trying to get it all back in that one throw. Not able to connect.
The generic was open, but that was just Cochran just looks off his game. I don't know what happened in the second half.
It just wasn't that great of a pass. It was just a little bit too far out of reach. And, you know, as you mentioned it, it's the generic, so he's not going to be able to outstretch those fingertips quite the way that a gold or silver is. As Vancouver almost gets in and blocks the kick again. Corey Jones is going to field it and bring it out past the 20 to the 25.
Is that Tutu again?
Tutu's almost had his lunch eaten on a couple different occasions here.
Good thing he's a ballerina.
Absolutely. Although nothing could beat that Bengals punter, the old switcheroo behind the back and running away from the defense. Not sure if anyone saw that, but that was a great play. Andy Hamilton will appreciate that.
See if Vancouver wants to keep it on the ground. I would.
With a lead, absolutely, but instead they're going to be gutsy and throwing it as a pick. Picked off by Alaska, and that is exactly what you didn't want. Tony Willis getting in there, and it looks like he's down on the turf, yeah.
That could be a big deal.
That could be a huge loss. Yeah, absolutely, but a great play there. He just cuts right in front of the route.
I guess Pepper made him pay for that one, like Jim Kelly when he took out a guy's knee in one game when he got picked off. Let's hope he's not out for long, like I said, though. We'll have to see.
Certainly wish him all the best. Hopefully he can get back in this contest. This team will definitely need him. They're down by 4, but knocking on the door real quick after that pick. Vancouver snuffs out that run immediately, though. No gain for Ash Odom. Great play by Vancouver.
Yep, just swarming to the ball. Sorry. They are just all over the place.
That's the wrong team. We don't have Atlanta tonight.
I know, but every time I say swarm, I think of the swarm. I just can't help myself. Feels like a pun, even though it's not sometimes.
It's an SFL pun. That makes it even better, though. Cochran's going to sidearm it over the middle of the field. What a gutsy-looking pass there. Did you see that?
Yeah, I thought he was going to get nailed and just continue his bad second half, but he got that to Julian.
And on top of that, it was the generic tight end. A sidearm throw to the generic tight end. I don't think it gets any gutsier than that.
Now this is, well, I was going to say this is where Alaska wants to be for the running game, but we'll see if they run it.
They've been throwing it quite a bit. Still going to throw it. Has a man over the right-hand side. Caught for a touchdown. That's Robert Merrill out there with his touchdown grab, and Alaska retakes the lead.
Good throw by Cochran. He was due. He actually 2 good ones in a row. That was a pretty easy one, but still have to put it on there where he can catch it, not throw him out of bounds. So nice throw by Cochran. Nice way to get back on track, and that's Alaska's first points, I believe, in the half.
Yep, sure is. Held to a goose egg in the third quarter. Finally able to get on the board on the heels of that Tony Willis interception. We are still waiting to hear back on what his status is for the rest of the game. But we'll see if Kodiak Denali can make this a 3-point advantage for the Storm now. And kick is up and good, so it is now 3 points.
Interesting to look at is because of Alaska's unique build, they don't have a free safety. So they would be with 2 generic safeties if that was the case for the rest of the game.
That's true, because they do have DJ Drew coming up and playing corner, I believe.
Yes.
So 3 different corners. And
but now they have no star safeties now.
Yeah, no star safeties if Willis isn't able to come back. Corey Jones has some room. Looks like he had some blockers over to the left-hand side. Missed out on that one, unfortunately. But still able to get it out to the 24-yard line. We'll see what the Legion can do here. Now down by 3. Plenty of time left on the clock, though.
Vancouver can't panic. Just do what you were doing before, besides the interception. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. And just take the pass when it's there.
We'll see if they want to give it to Sanchez here on 1st and 10. They will give it to Sanchez. He has some blockers on the right-hand side. Out to the 29-yard line for a 5-yard gain. And, of course, the graphic is right in the way, but it looks like Tony Willis is going to be out for the remainder of this contest, which is highly unfortunate for the Storm. We'll see if maybe they can move some things around and hopefully make up for his absence.
That could open up the deep ball for Vancouver. We'll have to see how that goes.
Pass here for Pepper. He over to the left-hand side, batted down. Great play. And I believe that was DJ Drew. It was.
Killian couldn't haul it in. That's like one-on-one. If you're the receiver, you just got to do your best to make that play, but great coverage.
So 3rd and manageable here for Vancouver. 9:06 left to go in the ball game. I formation for Pepper. He's under center. Short drop. Finds a man, and it looks like he's going to have a first down. Yeah, Killian. No, they're going to mark him short.
Oh, that's got to be challenged.
That's a terrible spot.
He came back for it, but he went over. I'm pretty sure.
I'd definitely call that a first down. We'll see if, yes, Andy Hamilton is going to challenge the play.
We'll have to see when he came back if he crossed the line, but I believe he did.
I feel like he did also, because he definitely did have to come back for the ball, but I feel like he pushed past the first down marker after he got it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't see any reason why this isn't going to be overturned.
Way past.
So this should be a successful challenge for Andy Hamilton. We're waiting to hear from the head referee. Here he comes now. And that is going to be a successful challenge. Max Paul on the other end, not very happy, but Andy Hamilton, overjoyed on the Vancouver sideline, gets a first down, not charged a timeout.
I'm no coach, but I would have done that, every time. It was just too obvious.
That was definitely a good call. Down by 3 from the 34 now. Vancouver with an offset eye. 8:48 left to go. Hand off to Sanchez, who follows his blockers out to the 39. Another 5-yard gain. This is what they wanted.
Yep, just 5 yards at a time. Perfect offense, as far as I'm concerned.
Just sets you up super nice. Don't have to really worry about it too much. There are more plays in the playbook for 5 yards than there are for 10 yards. So 2nd and 5 now from the 39. Pepper's going to pass, short drop. Finds Sanchez out in the flat. No, sorry, that is Sanchez. I'm sorry. He gets out to the 42-yard line for a 3rd and 2.
Fortunately, that pass was a little behind Sanchez. If it was thrown a little bit further ahead of him, I think he would have had that first down.
I think Pepper was feeling some duress, though. Big Sexy was just about there. He's already moved up to number 2 all time on the sack list, only his 2nd season, which is crazy. 3rd down and short. Sanchez gets the handoff, able to power through, and he does get 1st down yardage out to the 45.
And that's why that 5-yard gain at 1st down is so important. Makes the next 2 downs very, very much simpler to get, even if you only get 1 or 2 yards.
So a good-looking 3rd down play sets up a 1st down now. Pepper's going to have a short drop again, short throw over to the left-hand side. And if he was able to stay in bounds, he might have been gone after that. But 2nd and 5 now after a 5-yard gain. I think that's Stone, the generic tight end.
You see 5 yards here, 5 yards there, 5 yards here. It adds up. They're moving the chains. The clock's moving. It's a well-orchestrated drive so far.
Just chewing that clock down. That is all they really want here. Clock continuing to roll. We're getting closer to 7 minutes now. From about midfield, Pepper's going to throw over to the right-hand side. Juggled and incomplete. And I believe Pepper was saying, needed to go a little bit deeper there, but he kind of left that a little short on that pass, didn't he?
Yeah, he was open. If he let him a little bit deeper, that might have been 6. Very, very key 3rd down here for Vancouver.
5 yards left to go. Critical 3rd down from midfield. Sanchez is going to get the handoff, and he's not going to get the 1st down. Only out to the 49 of Alaska. They'll give him 2, but I believe he only got 1. It'll be 4th down.
4th and 3, yeah. They got to hope their D can hold now.
Menjivar in there on the stop. Vancouver with the punting unit out on the field. Still plenty of time left to go, but we'll see if Alaska wants to chew some clock of their own or if they want to continue being gutsy as they go after the punt. That's a crazy call right there. Vancouver being patient, waiting for the ball to drop down, and it does. They will down it inside the 5 at the 4-yard line.
Beautiful special teams play. That's exactly what they needed. Pin them deep. Make them try to run it out. And if not, hey, maybe you get a safety.
It's going to make the run game a whole lot more difficult for Ash Odom and company, having your backs up against their own end zone. 2 backs in the backfield for Alaska. 3 wideouts. Cochran's under center. It will be a handoff, though, to Odom, and Odom goes nowhere. They'll give him 1.
Or like a half.
Even though they're marking it at the 6-yard line. Strange call there for the referees, but Marquise Reed knocks him down for a minimal gain.
There's Klein with that big first half, but relatively quiet in the second half.
Have not heard much from him, if anything, at all, really. And Odom is able to sneak out of 1 tackle, able to get out to the 16-yard line. 1st down for Alaska.
There's the patented Odom stiff arm again. He was short of the sticks, and then he just says, nope, I've got this.
He was wanting more action, and he was able to sneak out of the first tackle, and then that stiff
right there,
arm
he popped him.
Just threw Dunkley down to the ground. Vicious stiff arm. And now the clock is continuing to run, and it's going to be the enemy of Vancouver here in just a bit. From the 16, Cochran's going to throw, though, deep over to the left-hand side, and that's batted down. Could have easily been picked off by Dunkley that time.
Not a great pass. And, let's see what the coverage here on Dunkley. Look at that coverage. He was going for the pick. He actually missed a chance. That would have been a huge momentum shift.
He was there the whole time, read the route the whole way. That would have been a great opportunity for the Legion. Unfortunately, it just falls down to the turf. It'll be 2nd and 10. 5:25 left to go now.
Alaska's still looking aggressive here.
Bunched wide receivers down towards the bottom of the screen. Definitely looking like a passing formation, and it is. Cochran's going to check it down short, though. Only able to get about 2, and that was a great play by the Legion defense.
They're still swarming to the ball, and that's what they need to do. They need to limit those the old yak yards.
Dunkley's been everywhere on this drive, too. The one negative play, obviously getting thrown to the turf, but he's had a pass deflection and now a tackle on that drive. Fake the handoff, play action. Cockrell able to get away. Still throws it short of the first down, though. So the gutsy play all for naught, as Klein cannot get past the first down marker.
I think Cochran did what he had to do, though. He didn't throw a pick. He didn't get sacked. He got some yards, so at least this punt isn't going to be quite as desperate as it would have been before. Not quite as deep into the end zone.
He definitely played the patient game well. 2-2 is on to punt. We'll see if Vancouver wants to come after it again.
It's been an adventure for old 2-2.
Bleeding that clock down all the way as the play clock sneaks under 10. Vancouver's going to come after it and almost gets there again. Fielded. Ooh, what a hit. Corey Jones gets up okay, but good grief, what a hit.
That man got speared Goldberg style if everybody watches WCW back in the day.
Oh, man. That was a heck of a hit. Vancouver, though, with good field position here.
Plenty of time. They can just run the normal offense. If it was me, I'd be running. 3 points ties it. Touchdown wins it. Potentially.
We'll see what they want to do here. Swing pass over to the left. Only for about 3 yards, though. That was well played by Alaska.
And not the best play, but not the worst either. 3 yards is okay. If they run the ball, get another 3 or 4. Puts them in a manageable third down. Man, Dominguez, 7 tackles and 4 sacks. That is a day so far.
A huge day. And we'll see if he can add to that total here with a 2nd and 7 for Vancouver. Pepper's going to throw, though. Finds a man over to the left-hand side. What a play out to the 44-yard line.
Whew. As a fellow quarterback, I really appreciate that pass in Stevens. That gold connection is just so important. I have mine with Cale Barrett. He has this with Stevens. I mean, look at that. Nice and easy.
Nice soft hands. He told me at the beginning of the season he wears the number 82 to channel his inner Jimmy Smith, if anyone's ever seen the old school Jaguars. And he's been looking a lot like Jimmy Smith this time around. He gets a first down for his Legion squad, and Sanchez only able to get out to the 43 for a 1-yard gain.
You got to think, or I would think it's 4-down territory pretty much. By the time this clock gets run down, I would want to punt it back to Alaska, have them possibly run it out.
At this point, I would certainly agree with you and assume that it would be 4-down territory here as we sneak inside of 3 minutes left to go in regulation. Pepper's going to take a deep drop, though. Deep throw over to the middle, and that's intercepted. Intercepted by the Storm, and I believe that is DJ Drew back there. I don't know who picked it off. No, it's the generic backup.
Oh, man.
Hernandez read that well, didn't he, Matt?
It was a very underthrown ball. But, yeah, he made a great play of just getting the interception, not just knocking it down. You know, I was commenting on the generic, but he made me look silly there. Now it's up to the Vancouver defense and the Alaska offense. Alaska can just run the clock out here. We'll see if they can do it.
Disappointing end to the drive there for Vancouver. Had some promise as Ash Odom gets a handoff. They're just going to try and bleed some clock. And I think Vancouver's going to wait until the other side of the 2-minute warning to burn their timeouts.
If I'm Alaska, I don't call another play.
In all likelihood, they'll let it trickle down to the 2-minute warning. They obviously have the ability. They certainly have been rolling the dice today on the play calls, though, haven't they, Matt?
Sure have.
But they'll let it go to the 2-minute warning.
Just trying to scare us all going to the gun. Just for show.
So 2 minutes left to go here in Anchorage. From the 38-yard line of Alaska. The Storm just trying to bleed some clock here, get some first downs, and force the Legion to use their timeouts. Be a pitch play over to Odom. Odom trying to follow his blockers. The Legion played that well, though. Stopped him for a third down.
Here's where it gets scary. 3rd and 1. Can you stop Ash Odom?
They have not been doing a great job of it this evening. You saw his numbers before that last play. Over 140 yards on the ground for Odom.
Putting the beef up front, but they only have 3 down linemen.
We'll see what they want to do here, and Odom is able to get the first down. That's disappointing for the Legion as they have to burn another timeout, and it's a fresh set of downs for the Storm.
Well, they didn't run up the middle. They ran to the outside, gave those corners a chance, but didn't get there quite in time.
I think you called it right there. The 3 down lineman was probably a mistake on the defensive play call.
Yeah, I'm running a 4-3 there. I don't want him getting any breathing room.
Offset formation for the Storm. Another handoff again for Odom. Odom has been sneaking by tacklers all night long. And he gets a big 6-yard gain there.
Vancouver needs to wrap up now. This is it.
Minute 48 left to go. Vancouver's out of timeouts. They got to make a stand right here. If it's another fresh set of downs, the game is over.
Well, I don't know about my clock management, but this might get it close, but I don't know if it's enough.
Although the Storm are kind of getting in victory formation here, they might want to just bleed the clock all the way down. We'll see what they want to do.
Like I said, they may have enough time to bleed this down. I'm not sure.
I don't think so, though.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have to punt it away. Either way, it has been a great game from both sides in the inaugural Ice Cold Classic. Not sure who coined that, but I saw that in the chat, and it's a great name for it.
So it looks like Vancouver's only going to have about 25 seconds.
They're not going to have a whole lot of time here, if any. So we're going to see what exactly happens. Because they're going to kick the ball away here with about 30 seconds left to go. They might have 25 seconds to work with at the end of the return. Tutu bleeding the clock all the way down. He does get his punt away without any duress. Corey Jones is met right at the 20-yard line, just as good as a touchback. And look at that, we got about 23 seconds left to go.
Only about 2 seconds off. Well, as we learned, it's not over till it's over.
No, it certainly isn't.
Dreams can come true. I know that firsthand.
I was about to say, from that Hail Mary just a few days ago.
Well, they don't even need a Hail Mary here. They can complete a deep pass.
Absolutely. 5 wideouts for Pepper. Pepper's got some time, actually, over the middle of the field, and that was almost picked off. Dangerous pass.
I thought it was picked off. I was ready to say, oop, game over, but not yet, just yet.
Not quite.
Yeah, Hernandez, again, was right on the money. Pepper's got to put a little step into that throw just a little bit more.
Just left it a bit short.
If you're going to throw it, overthrow it. Don't underthrow it.
That's quarterbacking 101 from the Bronze Bomber here. 2nd and 10, 19 seconds left to go. Pepper, another deep drop, avoids the pressure, throws it over the middle of the field, and that's incomplete. Another dangerous pass. He was looking for Stevens.
Big Sexy was hot on his heels, no pun intended. But he had to get rid of that ball, but that could have been intercepted again. He's got to get going here. He needs at least about another 20, 25 yards to have a Hail Mary chance.
Clock is definitely their enemy at this point, and it continues to bleed down. Yeah, exactly. 14 seconds, empty set for Pepper, 5 wideouts. 3rd and 10. Pepper steps up, throws it over to the left-hand side. He finds a receiver. Finds a receiver on the left-hand side. Is he going to go all the way?
Oh, my God.
He is. Cade Stevens all the way for an 80-yard touchdown to give Vancouver the lead with 2 seconds left to go.
See? Dreams or nightmares can happen in the SFL.
Good grief. 100%.
I mean, what a route. What a catch. And then gold receiver, what I tell you, he just outran the generic.
Going for the gutsy play there to just swat it away instead of just playing the receiver. But that was an incredible play. And barring some kind of miracle, Vancouver is going to keep their streak alive and move to 4 wins in the last 4 games.
Don't count your chickens yet. We still have the kickoff return. I've seen some bronze receivers take it to the house, so we'll see.
You are 100% correct, my friend. 4-point deficit, 2 seconds left to go. Robert Merrill, I believe, is going to be the one who returns the kick.
For me, I'd squib it, but I don't think that's going to happen.
And I don't think that's going to happen either.
So here we go. It's all up to you, Mr. Merrill.
He'll field it at the 10. Merrill running the ball up the field. And Vancouver knocks him down. Vancouver lengthens their streak to 4 wins. Knocking off the Alaska Storm here in Anchorage. What an upset special.
What an unbelievable game, and what a second half from Vancouver. Those halftime adjustments were just incredible. One minor blip, but they just completely outplayed Alaska in that second half.
Cade Stevens with 170 yards and 2 touchdowns, including the game winner on a simple little out route. And that gives Vancouver, like I said, another win in the win column.
Pepper, a big game. 335, 4 touchdowns. I mean, are you kidding me? He was struggling in the first half.
And that was one of the keys to the game, too. If Alaska could bottle up Tom Pepper, Pepper's been very Jekyll and Hyde in certain games. Obviously, he showed out today, though.
It was just an excellent second half. I don't think I could have done any better myself, especially in that last play.
Last play, unbelievable.
That's why you pay your goal receivers. That's what they do. They just make plays. And
just a great game from both sides. Hats off to both Max Paul and Andy Hamilton for putting together great game plans. And it just was an amazing game to watch, an amazing game to call. And thanks for being around for the ride, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
And as we kind of wrap things up here, appreciate everyone coming out tonight. 40 people watching, only 32 likes. Let's go ahead and get that up to 40 likes before we head on out, folks. And I believe we're going to get out of here. Any final thoughts, Mr. Bronze Bomber?
Just another great game of SFL action. Tune in every week. You never know what's going to happen. The unexpected seems to happen a lot.
And with that, we are going to get out of here, folks. From Anchorage, Alaska, and all the SFL production crew, everyone over in SFL headquarters, everyone stay safe over in the Texas area, especially with Hurricane Harvey rolling through. Donate to the charity. I believe there's a text message that you can send to donate to the Red Cross. That's certainly an option. But our hearts and prayers go out. Absolutely.
Everybody stay safe out there.
Well, from Anchorage, Alaska, we're going to get out of here. For Matt Willson, the Bronze Bomber, my name is Eric Vinson. Thank you for coming out, everybody. Peace.